So, I hear we're into some of the same stuff.
You are about to join the revolution.
The time has come. Your world will never be the same. You are listening to sophisticated conversation.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of Podcast Revolution. I am your host John, Johnny T, J Turk, and so on and so forth. And joining me via Skype from Germany is the legendary Tab. Tab, say hello.
Hey.
No, I said hello, not hey.
Too bad. This is what you're getting.
Let's try that again. Alright, joining me via Skype from Germany is the legendary Tab. Tab, say hello.
Those people can go fuck themselves.
Wait, that wasn't even the sound clip that time. Alright, so, Tab, it's been quite some time since our last episode.
Yeah.
Tell me where you've been, what you've been up to.
Oh, man! My dad turns me on!
Shut up, Tab.
Alright, so, Tab, go on.
No, nothing really worth remarking about. What about you, John T? Have you been anywhere lately?
Well, as a matter of fact, I have. For those of you who listened to the previous episode, you would know that I was in India for a month.
What a story, Mark.
It was very different. And actually, I recorded several clips from my India trip, and I'll put those on an India special at some point. But, India was very different. The smell was very unique when I got out of the plane, and I noticed that I was a giant over there, and that a lot of shop owners loved me because I was a foreigner, and they wanted me to go into their stores. And they liked trying to rip me off, even though when they ripped me off, it was still a really good deal compared to here. So, Tab, do you have any questions about India?
No.
Okay. Did you just escape from a drawer?
Maybe.
Okay. But I'll talk about India more on the India special whenever we make that. But
To make any new specials until you make the ones that you promised our listeners.
what other specials have I promised?
The Cages Makeover special.
Okay. Well, that one requires his participation.
But I think I should start boycotting being on episodes until you make that special.
Okay. I can agree to that. I don't know if Cages will, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, so...
Well, he doesn't have to know it's an episode. You just put the recorder in your pocket and just take him to the mall and then, drag him to a beauty salon.
Alright, Tab, since the last episode, a lot has happened. And I know there's one thing that touches your heart very near and dear. And that topic is the death of Steve Jobs.
Who?
The death of Steve Jobs. And from what I heard, he saw his life flash before his eyes. Oh wait, no he didn't. He didn't support Flash.
Nice.
But yes,
Clearly an apple a day does not keep the doctor away.
very good. Very good. But I was in India at the time, and none of the people that I had contact with out there, none of them really cared that Steve Jobs died. Most of them didn't even know who he was, and almost none of them could afford his products. How was the reaction in Germany?
I don't know. I don't care.
I noticed on Facebook a lot of people were crying and doing their tributes, and our friend Cole MacFag Morgan, he put several tributes to Steve Jobs up on his Facebook.
Really?
Yes, and his name is Cole MacFag Morgan.
That's something.
So, do you think there will ever be a person like that you'll come across in your life, or who will impact your life enough where you'll feel a deep connection to them? Not somebody you've ever talked to, just somebody in the media who you'd feel a deep connection to.
Well, I really liked Steve Irwin, but I wasn't like going around person to person being all like writing internet tributes and shit. It was like it sucked that he died. Like I said that much, but I wasn't a big fucking deal about it.
Okay. Did he have a profound impact on your life?
No, I just liked him.
Okay. Who's somebody that you didn't like who had a profound impact on your life?
No one's had a profound impact on my life. It's just they're just people.
Like Michael Jackson?
What about him?
Actually, when I was out in India, like they all love Michael Jackson, and they all love Eminem and Akon, and like Justin. A lot of them love Justin Bieber. Like kids our age love Justin Bieber, and I told them that if they come to America, they should not announce that to people.
Or hold hands.
Yes, a lot of the men out there hold hands and have contact with each other that in America and other parts of the world would be seen as public display of affection between men. But that's just the way they are out there. They're very... I'm not even sure what word I'm looking for, because I want to say open with their sexuality, but they're not gay. Or are they? But no, they're not.
That sounds like the beginning to a very, very offensive like history, like the Da Vinci Code. Like, wait a minute, maybe they are gay. People can suck my dick.
Very good, Tab. So, actually, yeah, one leftover that I have from that trip is my Skype. I accidentally renewed it for another month, wherein I can call phones with it. So my thought is that maybe we should call Frenchie and ask him to explain himself about this clip.
Jews aren't a race.
Do you think we should give Frenchie a call?
Your call, man. You're the host.
Okay, well, we'll do that in the next segment. We'll do some phone calls. And then later we'll answer some emails and do a few other things. So, Tab, what else happened while I was gone? Anything of note?
No.
No. Okay. So, by the way, when I was flying back...
long-time listeners of the show know I have very little going on.
That's true. Tab, what's gone on in your life? Tell the listeners what's gone on in your life so they can stalk you more.
Not much of anything. I'm kind of anti-stalking. That's kind of my position on that, so...
Well, anti-stalking or anti-being stalked?
Well, both.
Okay. Well, both.
Wait, how could you be...
Well, some people just like to have their private life, but they like to walk around on other people.
Oh, so there are people who enjoy stalking but don't like to be stalked themselves, so that they're just a double standard, essentially.
Correct. Just like how a lot of people like to walk around in public places and listen to other people, but they don't like to be heard themselves. Have you ever done that, Tab? Have you ever participated in people listening?
You mean eavesdropping? The word is eavesdropping.
Okay. Yes. Eavesdropping.
I don't like... It's not like an activity I do. It's not like, hey, I'm going to go out to the mall and eavesdrop.
But if you do you ever notice how... what do you feel about people after you hear them? Is it common for you to say, there's some really smart people in this world? Or is that an uncommon reaction?
Typically, no.
Typically, what is your reaction?
I'm halfway there.
Yes, I am halfway there to being disgusted by the stupidity of people.
Give me an example of how people are stupid.
Do I really have to? I mean,
Yes.
damn it!
You alright, Tab?
Tap.
You're making my dick wet.
Alright, I think it's time for a commercial break. So we will be right back with some actual content after this. My keys won't go in my car.
Hey you, kid, with the drinks
Hey,
in your stomach.
who are you?
Don't drive and drink, or drink and drive. Give your drinks to me. Scruff McGruff, sound alike, slash, taxi driver, and I will drive you home.
I don't have any money.
Get in the car, and don't drink and drive.
But I only have these drinks.
Drinking and driving is bad. Don't do it. Give all your drinks to me.
Okay, here you go.
Is that a pina colada? Packet? Anyways, I'll drive you home now. You'll be safe. Scruff McGruff.
I live an hour away from here.
I don't care. I've got nothing better to do. And Scruff McGruff sound like this is the second commercial I've been paid to do. I'm pretty much unemployed. Scruff McGruff. Don't drink and drive.
Drinking's bad. Alright, and we're back to the show. Alright, wasn't that a hilarious commercial? I mean, I can't get off the ground. I'm laughing so hard.
Yeah.
It was rather hilarious. Alright, so what we're going to do now is, I don't know if it'll let us, but I'm going to try calling a phone while keeping this recording and staying in a conversation with you. So let's see if this works. Our first guest will be one very familiar to the show. Alright, if you call, your current call will be put on hold. Add to conference. Here we go. Ring. Hello.
Hi.
Is this the legendary Cages?
Yeah.
Alright, very good. You are on the podcast.
Okay.
Can you hear Tab?
Yes.
Tab, tell Kevin what you think of him.
What? Stop asking me bullshit questions.
No, Tab, really ask him.
People can suck my dick.
Oh dear. Alright, so Cages. It's been a while since you've been on the show. Tell everybody what you've been up to.
What?
Oh, Cages.
What have you been up to, Kevin?
Just getting through school.
You're just getting through, or are you excelling? Are you dominating school?
Depends on the class.
Okay, so go ahead. Tell us more about yourself.
I mean, just having some fun, relaxing as usual.
How is the new season of Dexter?
It's pretty good.
Would you ever say
so
that a
far.
season of Dexter was bad? Even if it was the worst thing ever, would you still...
What if a season of Dexter raped your family, would it still be a good season of Dexter?
Somehow I don't think a season of Dexter could do that, but...
But if it did, this is a hypothetical.
I suppose
now.
under those conditions, yes, I would consider it bad.
Alright, very good, Kevin. Very good.
What if it only raped some of your family? Just going with all the possibilities here. I just want to get a sense of the range of acceptability.
The hell brought that up?
STDs.
Alright, so Kevin, what is your goal for this school year?
To pass.
Alright, what is your goal in life? What is something you'd like to accomplish this semester that you haven't done yet?
Don't know. I hadn't really thought about it, to be completely honest.
Well, so one of these days you're going to take that first step off the couch and you're going to go, this feels good. Then you'll take another step, then another step, and you'll be a new man.
You realize there's a whole world out there filled with other couches.
Uh-huh.
Stoop kid's going to leave his stoop. But, so you have one more year of college after this year.
Correct.
Are you excited about that year? Will you be excited to finally leave? Or do you
Yeah.
want to stay there as long as possible?
I've been here long enough.
Okay, I can see that. You've been in the same room for 4 years now.
Yep.
And will you be in the same room for a 5th year?
More than likely.
Why do you like that room so much?
I don't know. It's just, it's nice to have something the same every year.
Okay. And it is interesting that you choose to live in the RA hallway when you have 5 other hallways that you could move to. And
I'm not bothered
that,
by it as much as other people. So.
Not that you're quite the troublemaker. Then again, you are Cages. Have you ever done anything that could get you in trouble, like on school? Like, have you ever... Did you ever drink underage or own spiders in your room? Or any kind of odd creatures?
Well, since this is going to be heard by a bunch of people, I'm pleading the fifth on that one.
Okay. I don't know why you have to plead the fifth. You can't get in trouble for saying something.
True.
Well, that's not true, but for saying that kind of thing,
Yeah.
you can't get in trouble. But, Tab, how about you? Did you ever have anything that you could have gotten in trouble for in your dorm?
Not really. No.
No spiders?
Well, I did, but I didn't get in trouble for it, so there
No,
you
I didn't
go.
say anything that you did get in trouble. I said something that you could have gotten in trouble for.
No, I didn't get in trouble for it.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, actually, Josh Robert might be able to join our podcast.
Yeah, this episode is definitely going for quantity over quality.
You know what, Tab? Don't make an addiction on Cages. He doesn't appreciate it. Cages, defend yourself.
Ted just doesn't like it when other people want to hear someone else talk. So.
Tab, how do you respond?
Whatever. Cages has a right to his opinions.
Well, you know what Frenchie thinks about Cages, right?
Jews aren't a race.
Cages, how do you respond to Frenchie?
I'm not Jewish, so...
So just because you're not Jewish, you don't care about them at all?
Didn't say that.
You just did.
It just doesn't apply to me.
So you have no response to Frenchie just because it doesn't apply to you? You're a sick human being, Cages. You're the one who caused the Holocaust. Through your
No, I
inaction.
doubt that.
It's people like you who don't care. It doesn't affect me, so Frenchie can say whatever he wants. Well, shame on you, Cages. Shame on you. Alright, so... Actually, now that you're both here, do you want to do a little game show? Or Tab, do you want to tell Kevin about the stories that you've told about him on the podcast?
I believe I've only told one story about him, and I don't feel like I should further, aggravate the condition.
Ken, Tab's been making up stuff about you.
Because you told me to.
So if I told you to shoot him, would you do that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, depends on what Cages was doing that day. No, I
Well, that's
joke.
encouraging.
Yes, Cages. Do you remember K-Cap? My friend Kyle, who taught
K-Cap?
you about hockey?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. Tab told a story wherein you were naked on your roof and Kyle was throwing rocks at you. Did that in fact happen?
Okay.
Kevin, did that happen?
No.
No. How did it actually go down?
Nothing like that has gone down, John.
Well, if you're saying what hasn't happened, why don't you tell us what did happen?
There would have to be an event like that I could cite from, and there isn't.
All right, he's pleading the fifth again, folks.
But you're wearing him down with your investigative journalism.
That's what I do. Cages, you won't get away from this.
You'll pay.
This scandal. Cages, have you ever been involved in a scandal?
Define scandal.
Something that could ruin your reputation, as in being on this show.
Well, since I've been on this show, I guess the answer would be yes.
Okay. So, Kevin, I understand you've been reading a lot of Agatha Christie books. Is that correct?
Yep. Yep,
Why?
that would be correct.
Tab asked you a question.
Oh, I didn't hear him.
Why are you reading Agatha Christie books? And I'm not asking to be judgmental. I'm just asking out of curiosity.
I'm enjoying some mystery novels.
Okay, cool. I have no issue with that.
I mean, she's supposed to be the queen of mystery, and her books are very good, so.
Cool.
Oh my,
Although it does annoy me, I can never pick the right person, but.
we're calling Frenchie, adding him to the call.
Ah.
Let's see if he will answer.
He will refuse. He'll see he's getting a conversation.
We're gonna make this like 30 people. Make this a big ass conference.
Your call has been.
All right. Anybody else that we should try? Should I try calling Eric, who will not answer his phone? Shall we leave Eric a message?
Go for it.
Okay, let's call that bastard. Oops, how do I remove this? No, don't call Frenchie again. Oh, okay. Oops. Call. Telephone number. All right, here we go. We shall call the Eric Mitchell at the conference. When's the last time either of you spoke to Eric?
I have no idea.
Yes, I haven't seen him in some time. But we'll leave him a message.
After the beep.
After the beep. Always after the beep.
Sorry, I'm unable to pick up my cell phone at the moment, but if you leave your name, telephone number, and a brief message, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks. Bye.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished
I like how they
recording,
teach you how to
hang
leave a
up
message.
Or press 1 for more options.
You are by far the biggest faggot I know.
Jews aren't a race.
KJ, say something funny.
Something funny.
Oh!
Shut up, cunt.
Alright. You need to learn how to answer your phone call, or else you'll keep getting messages like this.
It's all tonight. I'm gonna grow your dick like a chia pet.
Alright. Thank you, Eric. Goodbye. Okay. So, Tab. Why is this show so terrible today?
Probably due to a combination of lack of preparation. We're rusty. Cages is on it.
All quality reasons. Let's see. Who else shall we? Who's somebody who you've not spoken with in some time?
My brother.
All right. What's your brother's? Here, type your brother's phone number to me, and we shall.
I don't know my brother's phone number. Why would you think I would know that?
Because he's your brother.
I don't have a phone. Why would I know anyone's phone number?
You have it written down anywhere.
No. And we're not calling him.
Don't you think he'd like to be on the show?
No.
Alright, here we go. We'll call a surprise guest. And I will not announce who it is until this guest is on the air. Here we go. Don't worry, most of this waiting will be cut from the final episode.
So good.
Hello?
That was my primary.
People can suck my dick.
Hello?
Hello, is this Amanda Taylor?
Yes?
Hi, this is John calling from Podcast Revolution. How are you?
Good.
You are on the line with Tab and Cages.
This wasn't my idea.
What the hell? Fucking trying to sleep, douche.
You are trying to sleep. This is not the correct time to sleep. It is almost 10 a.m.
So?
Single mothers are not allowed to sleep. Did you not know this?
How are you calling me from a California number?
Because I'm very good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is... It's actually a secret. Actually, I am out in California.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yep.
You just up and flew out there on a whim?
Yep, and then I decided to record a
Charlie
podcast.
Sheen, so.
But,
very nice.
Amanda, do you have any questions for Cages?
Cages, have you gotten laid yet?
Oh, it's funny because the answer is obviously no.
Hey, Tab, have you gotten laid yet?
Oh, nice turn of play.
Thank you, John.
It's funny because the answer is obviously no. But yes. Amanda, how have you been?
I'm great. I'm very well rested, I guess, at this point.
I couldn't understand a word you just said.
Yeah, because I'm still trying to wake up.
Amanda, did you get a lot of positive reaction to your previous appearance on the episode?
Yes, I did. Well, kind of. My little brother ended up listening to me talking about holding things in my vagina, and now he looks at me strange every time I see him.
So has he given you some?
My vagina at this point, probably.
Has he given you some items to hide for him?
Yeah, no, he just doesn't want to think about that.
Actually, Amanda, do you think he would like to be on the episode right now?
Yeah, probably.
Hello?
Hey, Jeff?
Yeah.
Are you still sleeping?
Yeah.
What the hell? Wake up.
Who is this?
What?
Who is this?
It's Amanda?
Oh. What number is this?
Don't worry about it. I have a quick question. Those condoms that Mommy bought you, what brand were they?
Why?
I'm just curious.
I don't know.
I just
You're
want to make
making
sure.
my dick wet!
Wow. Wow.
Jeff, you're on a podcast right now.
Hello, Jeff. This is John from Podcast Revolution. How are you?
I'm well.
All right, you are on the line with Tab, KJiz, and your sister Amanda.
That's pretty cool.
So how does it feel to finally be on a podcast?
It feels pretty good.
So, what is your favorite thing about Podcast Revolution?
How freely you guys talk. Like, you guys talk about anything, however you want. You don't really care whatever anyone else emails you guys about.
Okay. So,
Pretty funny.
who is your favorite character on the show? Because we will write one of them off if you don't like them.
I'm not. Tab's pretty funny.
All right, Tab, since he likes you so much, I want you to ask him a question. Since he likes all the free speech on the show, why don't you ask him something? Get some free speech out of him.
What?
Just ask Jeff a question.
No. Free speech, motherfucker.
Oh my. KJiz, do you have any questions for Jeff?
Not really.
All right, Jeff, do you have any questions for us?
You guys do it this early in the morning all the time?
Usually, sometimes, because Tab is in Germany, and he's 6 hours ahead.
Oh, I see.
Actually, Tab, do you have daylight savings time over there?
Yeah, but it's when it starts and stops is slightly different. But I think it already happened, so we're back to the normal 6-hour division.
Okay. Very good. Jeff, would you ever like to visit Tab in Germany?
Maybe? Yeah, sure.
Well, Jeffrey is actually supposed to be going to Italy in the summer.
Italy, Greece, and whatever the other one was. I don't know. Hey, isn't that meeting today?
I think so, actually.
What a story, Mark.
I have a question. How come my 16-year-old brother gets laid?
What kind of question is that? That's a terrible question. You're an awful person.
I'm just kidding, Cages.
Probably because I'm getting laid by your sister doesn't really count.
Oh.
Oh.
Robin, check them for STDs.
We do come from West Virginia.
That's troubling.
What?
I said that is troubling.
Yeah, I know.
Kevin, would you ever move to West Virginia?
Probably not.
How about you,
I like
Tab?
it up here where it snows.
You like the snow? Oh, right, you're a snowboarder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, snow is a 4-letter word. When you reach an adult, when you leave college and you're an adult and you live in the real world, snow sucks. Can you back me up on this, Amanda?
Yes, it does. Considering working for our company where they never shut down for snow reasons.
That is
Did
correct.
they even shut down during the big ice storm?
I was not working there at the time, so I have no idea.
Okay, well, I think I personally heard that they didn't shut down at all.
I'd believe it.
Yeah.
Tab, does it snow a lot out in Germany, where you are?
No, it snows a little bit less than it usually does in New England.
Okay. So you're probably grateful for that.
I don't really care.
Right. I mean, you don't drive personally, so you don't need to worry about it in terms of automotive reasons.
Well, I mean, like, driving in the snow sucks, but you follow proper safety and, drive slowly. It's not too problematic. I mean, it certainly slows down your commute.
Yes.
But
And
a
you have
lot
to
of the
clean
times
off your car.
a lot of times you also can't control the other drivers around you.
That's true.
That's true.
Other drivers are terrible, just like Jeff. Jeff, when will you get your driver's license?
Sometime in December.
Sometime in December. Okay.
Yeah, like December 16th, something like like that.
Okay. Actually, this segment has gone on for a while, so we will go to a commercial, and we'll be right back. Hello, sir. Thank you very much for coming on over at such a short notice. My dog needs to be watched today. I'm going on a vacation, and then I noticed in the newspaper for Dog Rate, what a great company name, so I called you up and you came over very quickly.
Yeah, that's a typo. I called the newspaper about that and they thought I was a friend. It's dograte.com.
Excuse me?
Yeah, we make the tender, loving, but equally rough love to your dog.
So you will love my dog very much. You will take a very tender care for my puppy.
No, you don't see what I'm saying. I fuck dogs.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty rough. But 90% of the dogs that I rape don't survive the process.
Why would I hire someone who is such a monster like you over such a reputable company like a Paw Promise?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't find anywhere else a service that doesn't rape dogs.
I think I would call a Paw Promise because they take care of dogs and treat them well.
Well, fine then. Don't have your dog be raped to death by me.
I'm going right now to pawtoPawPromise.com. Paw to Paw Promise.
Paw to Paw Promise.
They don't rape dogs. Alright, and we're back. Wasn't that a hilarious commercial? Tab, how have you stopped laughing?
Medication.
Medication, alright, thank you. Is that the same medication Cages uses?
Yeah, except I don't use mine for rectal warts.
Alright, well, in due time. Alright, so we did get some emails, actually several emails since our last episode, so why don't we just jump into it? Alright, this first one is from Oliver from Ohio. Here we go. Hello, fellas. So glad to send you another piece of mail. I'm so pleased that you honored my request for the fill in the blank segment. Should I ever run into you guys, I'll most certainly give you each a firm handshake for your exemplary work. The story about Bacteria Mike was great too. The one about K-Cap was decent, but only because K-Cap does bug me a bit with his bragging about knifing Captain J-Russ. To boot, the Q&A with Amanda was interesting as well. Anyhow, I have to get back to some things. Keep up the good work, and tell Cages I said hi. Signed, Oliver from Ohio. Alright, thank you, Oliver. Cages, you can use this opportunity to respond to Oliver saying hi to you.
How's it going, Oliver?
Ingenious.
Alright, he can't really respond because it's an email, but
No kidding.
say a little bit more to Oliver. Tell him that you appreciate that he likes you.
I appreciate you listening to the show and enjoying what we do.
Alright. And tell him what you'll do for him.
I'll do something for him.
Alright, I think that's enough right there, Cages. Alright, next email. Let's see. Here we go. Alright, this is a fill-in-the-blank request. So actually, do you want to do a fill-in-the-blank request now, or do you want me to read... Actually, I think that's the only other email we have. Yes, it is. Okay. So it's time to fill in the blank. Here we go. Beginning. Tab goes to a bar and meets a very attractive lady. But previously to him going into the bar and meeting her, he was at another bar and downed 8 Irish car bombs. So Tab, very uncharacteristically, is drunk. He was eventually kicked out for trying to have his way with a blind person's aid dog. That does not sound like the Tab that's on the show. In the end, Tab wakes up next to a blow-up doll and a limited edition 9/11 double dildo. And he is missing his big toe and can't recall anything that has happened. P.S. Hope you have some fun with this. A friend and I thought of this. Your show is hilarious, and the people who think otherwise are faggots. Please get back from India so that I have something to listen to in the middle of class instead of the teacher. Signed, Mr. Taylor in L-Town, NH. Alright. Cages, why don't you describe what happened to Tab?
I don't even know where to begin. I guess. You tried picking up the girl at the bar and failed miserably because her boyfriend was sitting right next to her. And he beat the crap out of her. And to
Wait, did
drown
you
in
say
his
he beat the
sorrows-
crap out of her?
Out of him.
Okay, sounded like you said her.
Sorry, sometimes I confuse Tab with the girl, so sorry.
Tab, why don't you take over the story from this point and add cages into the mix? Alright, looks like Tab is having some internet connection issues. So,
The lumberjack boyfriend found him.
what's that?
The lumberjack boyfriend found him.
The lumberjack boyfriend found, yes. The lumberjack boyfriend that Andy is so in love with. Actually, at this point of the story, Andy shows up, and he begins to hit on the guy instead of the girl, but because Andy is confused. So then, Amanda, how would you react if some guy was hitting on your boyfriend?
Well, that'd be an interesting situation. I'd probably walk away. Yeah, I don't know. Is this at a bar? At a bar setting?
Yes.
Are we at a gay club, or are we at a heterosexual bar?
You're at an airport lounge.
At an airport lounge? Yeah, I'd probably just laugh and say, yeah, my brother thinks you're cute.
Okay. Actually, I got another email. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, yes. Okay. How about this? Dear Podcast Revolution, I know you don't do the Miss Web thing as much anymore, but I do have a question for you. For the holidays, my kid wants to get an autograph of a very famous actor or sports person. I will not specify who, but I cannot afford to purchase said autograph piece. So I want to just buy something and sign it myself as the actor. Is this wrong? What do you guys think?
I'd say yeah, probably.
So you think it's wrong to sign that for the kid?
I mean, it would be wrong to forge it, yeah. But, I mean, you could...
But,
I suppose it would depend on who it is. I mean, that they're trying to get the signature from.
right.
'Cause, I mean, you could still try and, buy them a piece of the actor or sports person's memorabilia and then try to figure out when you could take them to meet the person and get it signed there. Do it that way.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, that may be cheaper depending on where you would need to go to see the person instead of trying to buy one of their autographs online or something.
How about you, Amanda? What would you do?
Well, according to Shane, who's listening, he says, hell no, there's nothing wrong with that. I guess it depends on the age of the kid. It doesn't say the age, though.
Okay, that's true. But let's just say the kid's 10 years old.
Yeah. Just don't forget about it in 5 years. It doesn't matter. I personally wouldn't do it. I think that's very wrong.
Okay, very good deal.
I mean, what happens if the kid grows up and decides to try and sell it? I mean, you can't sell a forged signature.
Well, I don't know. If the forgery is good enough, sometimes you can. But why would the kid want to sell it anyways? It's a treasured piece of his childhood.
I was just saying, what if?
Is that what you would do, Kevin?
No. But you never know with money issues or whatever.
How about you, Jeff? What do you think on this topic?
I think it would be fine. I mean, it's not real, obviously, but by the time he realizes it, I don't think he'd care much.
So,
Or
if Angel Lynn wanted a Justin Bieber autograph for Christmas, you would be fine forging it.
No, I wouldn't even revolve around Justin Bieber. I wouldn't even begin it.
What's that?
I actually
Angel, do you want a Justin Bieber autograph for Christmas?
No, she doesn't.
She just said she didn't.
What?
She just said she didn't.
Thank God.
She wants to see him in person.
Yay!
Maybe we should calm it down a little bit and pretend to be straight.
Okay, looks like this segment's gone on for a while, so we'll end this and we'll come back later. Alright, I'd like to thank my guests for coming on, and I shall talk to you sometime soon.
Sounds good.
Thanks for having us.
This is a personal message from Podcast Revolution hosts Johnny T and Tab. Each year, thousands of people across the country go each day without Podcast Revolution. And in these harsh economic times, can you really let that happen? Please, donate everything you can to Podcast Revolution to support this wonderful program and the love it brings to lonely people out there like Cages.
We do everything we can to bring joy to the people who have to take the time to listen to each episode. Our loyal listeners email us, and we help them. Let us help you. But first, you need to help us.
Help others, help us. Only through your caring donations can PPR continue to be the caring, charitable organization it is, and continue to bring laughter into the hearts of our listeners.
Can you imagine going a day without hearing such sound clips as
Jews aren't a race?
Or
please give today and give as much as you can. Thank you.
Well, if they don't like it, they shouldn't be faggots then.
Yes.
Alright, folks, wasn't that an uplifting commercial?
I always feel good after the commercials.
Alright, well, you can feel good about them for a while, because there aren't any more coming. Potentially. Tab, do you want to share with our listeners the news that they may or may not be aware of?
Yeah, so our current podcast hosting site, what is it, mypodcast.com?
Correct.
They're shutting down, and they won't be hosting any more episodes. They're going to delete all the old episodes, so download them now, either from the site or through iTunes. Right now, we're looking to find a new hosting site, which may even result in a format change.
Correct.
But we'll keep you apprised.
Yeah, so anybody who wants to continue getting updates from us, either follow the Cages Twitter feed or email us at podcastrevolution.com or at gmail.com. And we'll put you on a newsletter and we'll keep you posted.
That email address again is podcastrevolution@gmail.com.
We've told you this in many episodes, but many of you have neglected to email us. So,
and of course, feel free to email us with other stuff. I mean, letters, suggestions for fill in the blank, and whatever.
Right. So, this might be the final episode of the show in this particular format, because we found other free podcast hosting sites, but the show has to be significantly smaller. So, we'll see what we can do.
So if you have any suggestions for possible new podcast names, we'll also be willing to accept those, although we'll probably come up with something better on our own.
Right. And so far, many of our listeners have not emailed us or not participated in the show, so we don't know what you like. So this and final segment of Podcast Revolution will pretty much be a big FU to all of you guys. Whereas
we're gonna do what we do if we weren't actually doing an episode. When Johnny T was in India, me and him would have just Skype conversations, and they were usually kind of not really high in quality content, but we'll be damned. That's what we're gonna do right now.
yes, so if anybody doesn't like it, well, you can stop listening because it's all going to be deleted in 2 weeks anyways. So Tab, what's happening?
Not too much. I mean, the weekend's wrapping up. Work tomorrow. It's not that exciting.
Tab, what are some very quotable movies that you like?
Slapshot, Troll 2.
So tell me some good Slapshot quotes.
Putting on the foil, coach.
That cunt is no good. Hey, are you guys brothers?
None of that stinking root beer.
They're fucking horrible looking.
The Hansons.
Oh dear. Ridiculous. So, Tab, are you gonna miss PPR hour-long episodes?
I don't know. I mean, I think there's a lot of potential for improvement.
You think?
Yeah. Maybe a format change is exactly what this show needs to increase our viewership and really, reinvigorate the PPR youth.
Tab, what is the worst thing about the podcast?
Probably some of our guests. Some of them are pretty terrible. I'm not going to name any names.
Well, can you say the names backwards or in Pig Latin?
No. Well, probably Bad Andy. His name kind of implies it.
Add Andy Bay.
I just said his actual name. There's no need for Pig Latin, you asshole.
I'm sorry, Tab. Tab, when are you going to come back to America? America.
I'm coming home, actually, for a couple weeks next month.
Oh, nice. I might be in the new studio by then.
Really?
Yes, you'll have to come by and do a live episode.
Well, I mean, hopefully there'll be people around to hear it.
And I can show you the video of Cages throwing a girl to the ground saying, "Get off me, skank."
Hopefully.
And I'll have that on the internet soon enough.
You should put it on our Vimeo site.
I could do that.
We should do that.
Get off me, skank.
I think Cages could be in his own television show. Provided he gets his makeover.
Not gonna happen. Dad, what are the most boring parts of the podcast?
Sometimes the emails, even though they're actually often really fun, sometimes they're just boring.
How about this part right now?
No, I don't have an issue with this, because it's, like I said, it's like having a conversation. It's got a much more natural flow. It's not as entertaining, I guess, but it's still got it's still pleasant.
But do you think people listening to it will enjoy it?
It doesn't matter. Nobody listens to this podcast. We have, what is our listenership? It's something like 70 people?
At most, yes.
No, at least.
Oh, right. No, I think for our next podcast, maybe we'll do shorter episodes and we'll actually have a purpose.
What do you mean?
Well, there won't be segments of just us Googling stuff to look up. We'll just come prepared, talk for 10 minutes, and that'll be that.
I mean, of course, listeners, please give us your feedback. I like the idea of us really still making these hour-long episodes, but then distributing them in pieces.
That's possible, or we could just do like
I mean,
multiple
I'm just saying-
episodes per week.
I'm just saying, I like the process of sitting down for a couple of hours and shooting the shit, making a podcast. So if we can just maintain kind of the format of making it and then redistribute it in a different format.
Yeah, we could still make it all at once and then release it. Release like one 20-minute segment on Monday, another one on Wednesday, another one on Friday.
I'm saying, you could release it all at once. Each 3, but make it so it's in 3 segments for easy for lighter consumption. For those people who've written in and said they don't like how long it is.
Right.
With shorter commutes.
But if we split it up over 3 days, that could make people want it more instead of getting it all at once. Then they could get it in small doses.
I guess so.
So
Let us know.
Something. What's that?
What email is for?
Right. Yes. Pardon me.
Food.
Tab, how would you like the show to go out?
I think it should just go out like it's a normal episode. I think we shouldn't make a big deal out of it.
Okay. Tab, what will you if the show never returns, which probably won't happen, but if it doesn't, what will you miss most?
Probably, well, not really much of anything. I mean, the show isn't that fantastic. I'll probably miss, I'll probably miss doing I won't miss doing, but I miss the Ask Miss Web stuff. I'm kind of tired of doing it nowadays, but it was a lot of fun in the early days.
Okay. What's your favorite episode of the show?
I think it's 34 or 35. I can't remember the exact number anymore. People who've listened to the show, I've named it at some point, but it escapes me now.
Okay. But would you say that you will be doing another marathon listening of the show in the near future?
Maybe. I said I wasn't going to do another one until we reach episode 100, so...
Okay. Well, that might never happen.
Well, if we start in a new format, then I'll just count those ones as being additions to this.
Okay. That's fair enough.
I think if we change format, there's no reason it can't still be essentially the spiritual succession of Podcast Revolution.
True. So maybe we should make a shorter title, or not just a shorter title, but one that doesn't have the word podcast written in it, because that does make it more difficult to search.
PPR, but it doesn't actually stand for anything anymore.
Right? Yeah, we could just call it PPR.
We could get a new email address, ppr@gmail.com.
I like the way you think, Tab. But people don't email that one yet. Stay with podcastrevolution@gmail.com. Alright, let's see. I guess this segment's gone on long enough. If anybody's still listening.
I disagree. I think we could go on for hours.
Okay. Here. I have an idea for something we could do. Tab. Actually, what is this? Tab, I'm gonna look up something on Google really quick. Talk to people.
Oh, have you ever noticed that whenever you prompt people to just talk, you get nothing, Johnny? Because honestly, are you dumb? Do you think that's gonna work? You think that's an effective method?
Oh, you're talking right now.
Well, yeah, but it's because I'm complaining about what you're making me do.
I'm sorry.
And how long is it taking you to Google search one thing?
Okay, here, I'm sending you something right now.
Okay. You better be.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to act out the first scene of Romeo and Juliet.
Do I get to be Romeo?
Do you want to be Samson or Gregory?
I don't care.
No, we're not actually going to do that. Unless if you want to.
No, I don't. I'm not a Shakespeare fan.
Okay, well, how about some other play, like On Golden Pond?
I don't even want to know what that is.
It's one of the most famous plays of all time.
I don't care.
Okay. How about if we reenact some scenes from Slapshot?
You give me the script and I'll do it.
Okay, hang on. Tab, why do you like Slapshot so much?
It's got quotability. It's got the utterly unintelligent humor, but not like dumb. If you understand what I mean by that.
Right. Here we go. Slapshot movie script. PDF. It's not here. All these scripts are terrible. Here we go. I can't wait till I listen to this at work tomorrow. It's going to be awful. Here it is. Oh, this is the same one. But here, I'll send this to you, even though it's horrible format.
What the hell is this?
Here, do a Control F for here, and then we'll start from there.
For here? Which spelling?
No. I just sent it to you.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then we'll start from that point. Alright, go ahead.
There's no way to tell which line is who.
No, not really.
I vote that we skip this.
Alright, how about Spaceballs?
How about we do our recommendations?
Okay. Recommend scripts that people should read.
I would say Monty Python's The Life of Brian. The script has a bit more going on in it than the movie did, and it's a lot of fun, especially if you read it in your best imitations of the voices, or in your head in those voices of the various actors.
Okay. That works.
John?
I'll recommend that people read the script for Star Wars.
Any particular reason?
No. I read it when I was a kid.
Have you ever read any of the radio dramatizations of them?
I heard the one where John Lithgow played the voice of Yoda.
No, I'm not saying have you listened to them. I'm saying have you read them.
I have not read them.
I mean, they're essentially like slightly extended scripts. I read the one for Empire Strikes Back.
And how was it?
It's fine. It's just, it's pretty much the movie.
How did it extend upon it?
Just like slightly extended scenes. Nothing spectacular. It's not like it was, it's not like it was 3 hours long with CGI added.
Dab, I have a question for you. And I know you
Yeah.
have the answer, too.
Okay.
Actually, first, I'll ask you more of a rhetorical question, even though it's not really rhetorical. Which Star Wars trilogy do people like more? The original or the prequel trilogy?
The original trilogy.
Then why does George Lucas feel the need to keep changing the trilogy that people like instead of the one that people don't like?
Because he knows people will keep buying it, regardless.
Okay. And a lot of people criticize him for that. And do you think that's actually a good business move?
What, him doing that?
Yes.
Yes, because people keep buying it.
And why do you think people keep buying it?
I do not know. Probably because they're idiots.
Why do you think people keep listening to PPR, even at this point?
Because they appreciate our opinions on everything.
They like the art of the show.
Yes. It's very Art Nouveau.
Okay. Someday this will go down in the archives, and...
The National Archives.
Yes. And when we die, this will be playing on constant loop at our gravesite.
Yeah, all 300 episodes. Because by the time we die, we'll have made more episodes.
Well, I hope we've made more than 300 by then. Or just moved on to other things at that point.
Well, I mean, we have to make the stage dramatizations, the musical, the full-length motion epic.
PPR the musical. Who would play Cages?
Cages would.
Actually, you know who'd be a good Cages? Clark. I can't remember his last name, but he was in Hot Tub Time Machine.
The guy who played Lou? Oh, no, oh, I know. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yes, he would make a good Cages.
He pretty much is Cages in that movie.
Pretty much. Except he plays video games instead of watching TV.
Well, he plays Second Life. I don't think that counts as a video game.
Good point. You know, did you know this, that they're making a Farmville movie?
Yeah, I heard about that.
I don't know how you can make a movie off Farmville where you
I don't know how they make a movie out of Battleship, but they fucking did it and got Liam Neeson.
That's true.
And I think, was Shia LaBeouf in that? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
I'm not sure, but there's also a Monopoly movie, I believe, and a Candyland movie.
Awesome. And by awesome, I mean, just who is going to go see those?
Families. But that's the business side of Hollywood. They will be making their money, I'm sure. And they're not really making art, but they'll make money, so it is what it is.
Well, I mean, pretty much, like, if a movie, let's say a movie costs, in quotes, $10 million, and they only make $5 million, no one actually lost money in that. Because the actual cost of the movie wasn't $10 million, typically.
True.
Because how it works is the studio owns, like, the distributors and, you know, the various companies involved, so they can charge whatever they want. So essentially, they can just essentially say, oh, we didn't make any profits, so the people who get paid based on percentages don't get shit. But in reality, they just keep all their money.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And then there's movies like Paranormal Activity 3, which is like 10,000% profit.
I don't understand how they made a third movie in a series I've never even heard of.
You've never heard of Paranormal Activity?
I mean, I've heard of it, but not in any real, like, extent.
They're, for a horror movie, they're actually kind of decent, but I hate almost all horror movies.
Did I tell you about The Resident?
You did not tell me about The Resident.
It came out earlier this year. It's got Hilary Swank, and my suggestion for viewers is watch it, like, get it for free online or whatever. I don't care how you get it. But watch it, and up until the part where there's a rewind, and you'll understand what I mean when you watch it, like, seriously, because it's got, like, a decent amount of, like, building up tension. But then once it reaches that point, just have a blast making fun of it, because that's what I did with some friends, and it was a really enjoyable film watching experience. It's no Slapshot 2 or 1 or Troll 2 or Female Trouble, but it's amusing.
I have a question for you. Is there any movie you've ever seen through means where you didn't pay for it, where afterwards you say, I should have supported these guys?
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
Were you expecting, like, a slightly more substantial answer?
No.
Like maybe a yes in the name of a good movie?
No. Were you expecting a more substantial answer?
Well,
see, I just turned that around on you there.
That doesn't even make sense if you turn it around.
Hey, Tab, remember that time when PPR used to be really good?
Yes.
When was
last
that?
episode?
I remember back in the day when people used to come to the studio to record. Now it's all via Skype. I'm all alone in the studio.
Well, that's what happens. You know, if you hadn't used Skype, you wouldn't have this problem. Everyone would have to come to the studio.
That's true.
I mean, you also wouldn't have as many people. I mean, I wouldn't be on the show. I would have never been on the show if we didn't have Skype.
I remember you very much enjoyed the show before you were part of it. Then it completely changed directions when you joined.
I hope that's a good thing.
That's up to our listeners to decide.
Well, I mean, I think what do you remember what episode I joined?
I think it was mid-20s, was it, or early 30s?
Maybe early 30s. But I gotta say, I mean, I started being on the show, and then I was almost consistently on the show.
Yes, there are very few that you missed. Your attendance has been near perfect. You don't get the Iron Man award. Only I get that.
Oh, the award for being on every episode?
Yes.
Well, maybe that'll change someday.
Well, for this show, it's too late.
Well, we don't know for certain. We might say as podcast Revolution.
But it's too late for you on this show. You can't have perfect attendance. You've already missed some.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I'll have perfect attendance. I'm saying that you might not.
Oh.
Not that I'm not gunning for your job or anything like that. I don't want it.
You don't know how much work is involved with this.
Exactly. I don't even have a recording studio.
Exactly. Neither do
I have an audio recorder, so I'm pretty sure I could still record a half-decent episode. I was thinking about doing that. I have, it's like a little, personal digital recorder. It's a decent quality one. And I was thinking I could just, get some people together. The all foreign correspondent episode.
That might be pretty terrible.
Maybe.
Because you're the only foreign correspondent.
Well, I mean...
So just be you making funny voices and talking to yourself.
I actually also considered doing an episode like that.
Oh, hi, Tab! Oh, hey, Alfonso.
Well, I mean, I would if I had done it, I would have done it with good production value and, legitimate sounding voices.
Tab, why don't you run through some of your funny voices with us?
No, thank you. If people really want a heartfelt, montage-esque recollection of all our past episodes, they can just watch our past episodes. Or make a donation to the show.
Tell your friends about PPR.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, if you listen to this show and find it even mildly entertaining, I mean, it's better than listening to nothing. At least I'd like to think so.
That might not be true.
Hey, don't be a non-believer, man.
Maybe we should have some musical segments.
No.
Wherein you sing.
No. Well, I'm not a bad singer, but no, I'm not singing.
Mary had a little lamb.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna fool around and desert you.
I believe you just rickrolled our listeners.
Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie to hurt you.
Did you really just go there?
I believe I did.
And you felt that was necessary?
Well, I mean, it was either that or... Oh, it went up the back.
We're no strangers to love.
Okay, I just had to one-up you. Alright, Tab. What would you like to say to our listeners?
See you next time.
Okay. Well, Tab, I'd like to thank you for coming on. I'd like to thank our guest from the phone call earlier. Yes. I'd like to thank myself, because without me the show wouldn't be possible. And I'd like to thank our emailers. So, hopefully, the show can continue in some capacity. And if not, well, we've had a good run. We had almost as many episodes as Arrested Development, or maybe a little bit more.
We did more.
Okay, so take that, Bateman.
Michael.
My own brother.
Fratello.
Who's this Hermano guy? I would like to kiss that man between the cheeks.
Oh, because you're such a big relationship, you're a big marriage expert. Oh, your wife is dead.
Oh my, that's awful. All right. So I guess we will see you all next time. And we can conceivably record another episode between now and December 1st when the site goes down, but it would only be up for a couple days, so it's kind of pointless. So this will probably be the last episode in this format on this site. So everybody send in your emails, and we will update you as soon as possible regarding the future of the podcast. All right. Tab, say goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Das vidania, amigos.